Hot burning summer. You guys haven't sweat. Shake. Dubai is a desert. Why would I sweat, Habibi? This stove is like natural air conditioning. The white reflects 90% of the radiation. We have been dressing this way to survive the heat for 1400 years. And look at you, you are wearing tight polyester in 40 degrees. Well, I am feeling hot just by looking at you. Oh my god. And a French guy. Your summers are still less hotter than our winters. And you're wearing cotton legging clothes. Oh, our 25 degrees is way more hotter than your 40 degrees. Our heat is pricky, pokes the skin, unsurvivable. And it's increasingly getting hot each year. So only we are slowly shedding away polyesters and jeans and all the suit coats. And we're turning to breathable fabrics like cotton and linen. Even while working in the office. Even as a formal wear. And you are from Philippines, right? Yes. And I don't see even you sweating. Philippines is also a tropical country like India. Yeah, we wear the barong Tagalog, you know. It's very comfortable naman in our weather. Made from natural fiber, so even if it's hot, you can still feel fresh. Everybody is dressing according to the climate in their countries. And I'm the only one sweating in tight polyester clothes that trap heat just to sound modern. How did I end up here? Your entire land is so hot. How do you guys have even managed to stay alive? These clothes, in a way, what's special about it? Does it blow wind from inside or what? In a way, exactly. The reason most common people like me wear a veshti, dhoti, angavastram or a mundu on most days is because it's made of cotton, which is light, circulating enough air inside the body and keeping you cool by absorbing all the sweat. But this cloth I wear does the opposite. Traps all the heat and makes me sweat. I'm wearing the dress here in India I was supposed to wear in Europe. See, we are wearing the ones that are best for our respective climates. Yeah, so please ship to cotton if you're here for a long time. You don't even need stitching. So easy to make. And you don't even need to wear, you just have to drape. And you can adjust however you want based on the seasons. Then it's even easier. Wait, it's not always hot throughout the year. Winters get extremely cold, right? Yeah, mostly the nights and early mornings get freaking cold. Then how do you survive the winters with this dress? By going deep into the burrow like bears or what? Simple. One thick pashmina shawl is enough. And if it isn't, we have quilted cotton jackets. We even have woolen garments like yours. Oh, basically you see, in south especially it never gets too cold even in winters. Very mild. A shawl is still fine. But in north we need blankets, quilted jackets or thick cotton. Remember, the colder it gets, the thicker our cotton gets and layered our clothing gets. Oh, I heard it rains heavily during monsoons. What will you do then? Just fold this cotton up and tie it in the knees. Oh, nice. So that it doesn't get muddy, but it gets wet. Light cotton here, the fastest to get dried. Nice. So you guys dress according to the climate, the seasons. Yes. Then where does silk dresses fit here? It doesn't suit any climate, but I still see people wearing it sometimes. Sometimes only, right? That sometimes is only on special occasions. You want to look aesthetic, bright, shiny. Special occasion, right? Silk gives you that royal look. Once in a while, it's okay to forget the weather. And don't assume we never wore stitched aesthetic clothes. Royal families, military, and the upper class people all dress luxuriously. Some people don't, like me. Some people don't even wear upper garments. They dress up in gold jewelry. Yet, one thing that's common for everyone, cotton and silk, everybody prioritizes the climate. Okay, you have a summer, a winter, and a monsoon. But why did you pick cotton only? Two reasons. One, almost in the entire India, except for the Himalayan regions, summers are much longer than winters. We have far more hotter days than colder days. So we prioritized for the most dominant season. And for that, cotton is the best. How? We grow cotton, man. We grow cotton as much as the spices we export to you. And the reason we wear cotton most and silk only on few days, cotton needs very little effort to be made compared to a silk, which makes silk far more expensive. So that is why we make lots of money exporting silk to you. Now I'm perfectly convinced I'm gonna wear a dhoti like you whenever I visit India. So clothing was completely based on the climate and geography of a region. And also the materials available. Let me throw you some examples. One, Arabia. It's a desert with temperatures touching almost 50 degrees. And that is why Arabs wear the thawb, a white loose robe with legs. The UV index of sun is too high. The full sleeve blocks the sunlight and protects their skin. This loose clothing helps air circulation and reduce water loss. It keeps them cool. Imagine if they wore a woolen cloth. They would get melted like a lava. Exactly. But wait, I don't see them wearing black. They wear white. It reflects heat completely. Again, that's a genius. Then why are women made to wear black? I don't know. But wait. Next example, Egypt. hot and dry climate. Since cotton not available, they used to wear lightweight linen, which is as breathable as cotton. Ancient Greece and Rome, very warm summers and mild winters, similar to South India. Hence, they too draped lightweight fabrics like Indians. Next, Central Asia. Climate changes here. Very cold winters and open grasslands. And also, it was a horse riding culture. That is why they wore trousers and such long boots. Can you ride a horse in that cold weather with a dhoti or an Arabian costume? Absolutely not. That is why trousers and boots. Next, Northern Europe. Long winters, always raining, snowfall. They're in search of heat always. That is why they wore wool or fur or any heavy clothes to trap heat. Can you even imagine wearing cotton in Europe? Oh my god. So, you get it. Dressing was a response to the climate and materials available. That is what even the Charaka Samhita stated. There are 6 seasons and you dress based on climate demands. That is what the entire world was doing back then. I think if we were in 1200 AD, we could guess the climate by just looking at the dress. Exactly. Then, invasions. People started arriving from Central Asia. Raju, more and more people getting into horse riding for military purposes. They cannot wear dhotis. You'll get tangled. So, see, we want pants like this. Go import them. Raju, they are mostly made of wool and silk. Maybe it's cold there, that's why they wear that. But how do we wear it here in this heat? Then should I do? You only make those pants in cotton or lightweight silk. Raju, we have the world's greatest textile industries. Why should we worry? We can make the best ones. Okay, go ahead. Oi, Pajama. Excellent, Raju. Kurta. Super. Chudidar. Ah, awesome. Raju, merchants are all loving these costumes. How nicely you have made it suiting our needs. Raju, the invaders are themselves in love with the jamas and kurtas. It is becoming a new luxury wear across the country. Even common people are wishing to wear that. So from 1000 to 1700 AD, gradually stitched garments like the pajamas and kurtas started becoming prevalent. They ditched dhotis and saris then. Did I say it that way? No. Common people still continued wearing cotton dhotis and saris. No change. Both existed like how coat suit exists along with lungi too. The elites would mostly wear jamas while common people dhotis. Exactly like now. Netas and big business leaders dress differently. We common people dress differently. There are variety of costumes and you wear different ones at different times. That was the same back then. How about the South? South was not much influenced by this Indo-Persian dressing as much as the North. It remained largely the same except for elites who had to travel. Just understand, dressing was totally based on needs. Elites traveled, they needed to look rich, so they adopted. A common farmer in Tanjavur didn't need it. Once again, climate. But nobody was mocked for the dressing choices. India at that time was also diverse with respect to costumes. All kinds of costumes existed. Veshti, mundu, sari, kurta, jama and hundreds of regional variations. But remember, every costume was compatible to the climate. But what the hell happened later? Britishers arrive. Raju, right? Yes, sir. Well done. You have passed the civil services exam. Thank you. But you're not selected. Reason, you're not yet ready for it. I've proved myself in all ways my knowledge and my administrative capabilities. What more do I need? This outfit of yours? You're gonna work with this outfit. There is no better outfit than this for the climate here. That is the worst outfit for professionalism. Isn't professionalism about how one conducts himself and performs his duty sincerely? And that duty of yours is to obey me. Look, Mr. Raju, I have no time for lectures. You want to move on in life? You need to suit up like this. Wear shirts, trousers, coats, and boots. Leather one. Whoa, sir. That costume is perfect back home in London, not here in this sultry Madras. If you want this job and be a part of us, because this is how professionals dress up, wherever the British rule is in place, be it Nigeria, Kenya, Malaysia, Singapore. Now you look all ready. In this, you look like an educated. In this, you look backward. You look like authoritative, powerful. You look low class. You look elite. You look rural. And that is how Indian mindset started changing. You see, India was very huge and the British had set up courts, administrative offices, universities, colleges and a number of bureaucrats to run all of them. They didn't have enough of their countrymen to run India, basically. That is the point. So they had to use Indians for it. And to run India on British interests, the ones running India, the bureaucrats, lawyers, university professors, they had to be Indian by color and blood, but a Britisher by taste and opinion. Exactly what Macaulay's minute proposed, right? If an average Indian went to any admin office, court, school or university, which are the power centers, he would see bureaucrats, lawyers, judges in British mandated Western clothing and assume, okay, powerful people wear these clothes. I don't wear this, so I'm backward. But why would you aspire to dress up like them? Because it's human nature. We all evolved to copy the lifestyle of the powerful, the rich, the big ticket celebrities influences. Don't we try to copy? Why? It feels fashionable, elite. Exactly. That is exactly how it looked for an average Indian looking at fellow Indians in powerful positions back then. Oh, so powerful people dress like this. So you wear this, you're respected. The Western clothing got to be associated with our modernism, respectability. It was imbibed in Indian heads. Respectable means Western clothing. And sadly, that continued for generations. And that is how the dressing moved away from climate compatibility to institutional conformity. No, but didn't Britishers themselves not feel hot with this dressing? Do you see all the colonial era tall buildings, tall ceilings, huge windows, verandas, and they rarely traveled out in the sun. Even if they had someone making sure they stayed in the shade always. But despite all that, a number of them complained back home about the scorching heat. But to summarize, they were very immunized from Indian heat. Only Indians suffered, elite Indians. But you know what? They all, including the British officials, adapted to the Indian conditions. They might wear all the winter-friendly suits and coats, but they still Indianized by making them in cotton and linen. Then what's the problem? It's still climate adapted, right? It is climate adapted, but beyond that, Western clothes produced in mass number in British industries flooded the market. And who suffered? The handlooms in India. Absolutely. One by one, they started shutting down. India was once a textile superpower. The Bengali fine muslin, Gujarati printed cottons. They had literally mastery in usage of colors. They had abundant skilled weavers. The entire world was obsessed with Indian textiles. Europeans were especially crazy on Indian textiles superiority. But then, colonial mindset induced huge demand for Western clothing. The cotton would be exported from India raw. Industries in Britain would make shirts and trousers and sell it here at cheap rates. I mean, you can't complain. Across history, humans have found easier ways to make things, and inventing a sewing machine is just one of them. If India and Britain were different countries, at least Indian weavers could have adapted gradually instead of dying overnight. But the British ruled India. They made policies deliberately to favor their industries. That was a problem. Right. And you see, that is why the Indian national movement stressed on khadi so much. It was not just to protect Indian textiles, but to remove the thing in their minds that you will be respected only if you wear Western clothes. A prime example, Gandhiji. He just dressed up in a cotton dhoti to show Indians, you don't need to look European to be respected. But whatever Gandhi did went in vain, right? That mindset still exists today. Yes. During the freedom struggle, Indian clothing had become a civilizational pride. But after independence, see, I understand dhotis have become traditional, but now we have to embrace modernity. But that modernity shouldn't be of foreign, but an Indian. The Western coat sounds modern, but this coat, the Bandgala, sounds modern as well as Indian, right? Yes. Similarly, we have sherwanis, achkans, all that. Let's embrace this. Let's build a modern Indian identity with this clothing. You're spot on, Prime Minister. But sir, in administrative offices, universities, courts, this is how we've dressed up. Now suddenly we cannot change. These clothes have become so much associated with professionalism. Suddenly changing is difficult. But this clothing is inherited from the British. The constitution, the system, courts are also inherited from British only, right? It's suddenly difficult to change the dress code now because we associate this strongly with professionalism. Even though this is not suitable for this weather. This is what the world wears everywhere. You carry on whatever has been the norm, but I would like to persuade the larger Indian society to wear modern Indian clothing with myself setting an example. Nehru's intentions were really good and he tried his best. His ministers, in fact, every other leader wore Indian clothing. But unfortunately, officers, schools, colleges, courts, everywhere they saw there was Western clothing. They started associating shirts and pants strongly with professionalism. That mindset couldn't have been changed without the government enforcing a strict Indian dress code even in offices and schools. Fine, but still these were all cotton, right? Yes. So what's the problem? But it was not cotton always. Then, and here's where one of the most important characters in the story enters. Who? Your cotton shirts wrinkle a lot now, sir. Yes, pa. These shirts wrinkle very little, sir. Oh, easy maintenance. The right one for your office as well as your child's school. Absolutely. Another magic. These dresses dry out way too quickly. Wow. You know why? Because these are made of polyester, which is derived from petrochemicals. Oh, they are better than cotton, right, sir? Easier maintenance. You don't have to keep ironing often. And also, this comes with a longer life compared to the cotton shirts. Oh, what is the price? You won't believe, sir. It's half of the cotton ones. Oh my god. Then I'm shifting to polyester. Polyester blended clothes started flooding the markets from 70s and by 90s became the most dominant fabric. It was marketed as modern, success, aspirational. In addition to that, Bollywood amplified this obsession with polyester. They see Amitabh Bachchan playing roles of a successful person wearing neatly pressed polyester suits and coats. It automatically registers in people's minds. Oh, rich means Western attire. You understand, British made Western clothing respectable, but Bollywood made it desirable for the masses. Indian clothing was still highly respected, but Bollywood portrayed Indian attire like it is worn only on special occasions like weddings and festivals. Oh my god, complete opposite of what was 1000 years ago. Isn't it the same now? Indian attire is for special occasions only, but Western attire, any other normal day. Indeed. Indians suddenly stopped considering climate as a factor in choosing clothes. Polyester traps heat massively, and India only got hotter over the years. Polyester absorbs 3 times more solar radiation than cotton. Its thermal load is 1 kilo compared to 0.2 kilo of cotton. 5 times more. But who cares? That's the attitude. Then 90s, liberalization happens. India starts getting more urbanized. People start moving to cities more and more. Office culture, Western attire transforms from just being a formal wear to a casual wear. They were not just office wears anymore, also daily wears. It became that common. So much history behind this. Yeah, back then, 1000 years ago, you could guess somebody where they come from looking at their dress. Today, it's impossible because the clothing of an average Indian, European, Japanese all looks the same. The effect of globalization. Climate factor was totally forgotten, especially in India. How? So hard, sir. Seriously not able to work. Why can't we just wear one lungi and work? Or at least our desi cotton wear? No. It won't look professional, Raju. Now what? You are feeling hot, right? One solution. Wow, sir. AC completely. I can even wear an extra coat and work. Thank you. Goodbye. Sir, but I also think we should respect our traditions. We are neglecting it completely in the name of corporate culture. Right. I have thought about it. Let's have an ethnic day. Simple. Let ladies wear saris and you all wear kurtas and pajamas. Or that reason only you're asking, right? Irony is, ACs cool the interior but heat on the exterior. As a result, cities only became more hotter. We used to adapt our clothes to the climate, but now we are adapting our entire buildings to our clothes. What should have been worn occasionally is worn daily, and what needs to be worn daily is worn occasionally. Today, over 90% of our clothing has at least 60% polyester in it. That is why it is becoming so tough to withstand the heat without AC for more than 10 minutes. Indeed, at least corporate employees have ACs. But think about construction workers, delivery partners, security guards, factory workers, railway workers, and everybody who works outdoors. They have no escape from the sun. And unfortunately, the outfits designed for them are made of polyester, which only worsens the heat for them. But what about other tropical countries? Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, and all the Gulf states have all mandated their indigenous dresses made of cotton or peanut at the formal level. Especially all the wealthy Arab countries, they don't roam around in coat suit in those sultry deserts. Imagine how would it be? They have been since ages wearing the same thobes. These days in European countries itself, people are fast adopting linen and cotton to protect themselves from increasing heat. And the irony is, India is still the largest producer of cotton even today and the world's greatest cotton civilization, but clothes itself in synthetic fibers. Could this ever change? Absolutely. If the government mandates it. Because Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, they all did at the formal level. But see, synthetic fibers are not always... My point is never that. Synthetic fibers cater to different needs, probably as a sportswear, rainwear, winterwear, or industrial workwear. It is better there. But in hot Indian conditions, as a daily wear, a big no. In this era of fast fashion, in choosing clothes, we look up to styles and trends and totally forget the climate factor, which was the primary driving one in choosing a dress back then. And this video too is only to remind us of that. Not watching to ditch shirts, pants today and start wearing dhotis. Just one thing. Consider climate as a factor in choosing clothes, because India is a tropical country and it's hotter for a very long time in the year in most parts. The best way to dress is wearing breathable, loose, light colored fabrics on most days. And thank you for watching this video.